This is macOS Ken.
Catching up on missed announcements, reactions to Apple's Far Out event, and explaining the Steve Jobs archive. It is Friday, the 9th of September, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Notion. One workspace for your whole team. Learn more and get started for free at Notion.com. This episode is also sponsored by Ladder, smart, dynamic term life insurance. You know what's no fun to think about? Not being there for your loved ones. I mean, sure, there's the thought of missing them and being missed, but there's also all the stuff for which they count on you. Paying a mortgage, covering college costs. Maybe you don't do all of that on your own, but do you want to leave your family with no help? It may not be fun, but if you need it, you really don't want to put off setting up term coverage life insurance. Choose life insurance through Ladder today. Ladder is 100% digital. No doctors, no needles, no paperwork when you apply for $3 million in coverage or less. Just answer a few questions about your health in an application that will take you less time than you will spend listening to today's show. You just need a few minutes and a phone or a laptop to apply. Ladder's smart algorithms work in real time, so you'll find out if you are instantly approved. There will always be reasons to put this off. The reasons to not put it off are more important. So go to ladderlife.com/macOSKen today to see if you're instantly approved. That's LADDER life.com/macOSKen. ladderlife.com/macOSKen. Ain't it always the way? Apple announces a ton of stuff, and a ton of stuff gets missed when we go to recap. Of course, we talked about the new hardware Apple introduced. Apple Watch SE, Apple Watch Series 8, Apple Watch Ultra, iPhones 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, and 14 Pro Max, and the second generation of AirPods. Somehow, I totally missed the software news. I mean, not totally. We talked about iOS 16 and watchOS 9 when Apple announced them at WWDC back in June, but what we missed yesterday were the release dates. Or was the release date? A piece from the Mac Observer says iOS 16 will be released next Monday, the 12th of September. Meanwhile, a piece from Engadget says that is also when watchOS 9 will be released. One would imagine that that is also when tvOS 16 is going to come out, though I haven't seen that stated anywhere. And again, things are weird this year where software is concerned. Apple has pushed the release of iPadOS 16 until sometime this fall. Sometime this fall is also when macOS Ventura is expected to hit. All of that said, there is reason to think that tvOS 16 will be a sooner, not later thing. A few pieces from Apple Insider indicate that Apple has made release candidates of iOS 16, watchOS 9, and tvOS 16 available to developers. Sort of makes a Monday release for tvOS 16 seem likely. With 72 hours or so until the next round of software, the current round is getting one more go-round. A piece from Cult of Mac says Apple on Wednesday seeded release candidates of iOS 15.7, iPadOS 15.7, and macOS Monterey 12.6 to developers. With no release notes at the time of its writing, the Cult figures iOS 15.7 is simply a sampling of tweaks and bug fixes. The site also figures that iOS 15.7 will be the last major release of that OS. You kind of got to figure that the iPadOS and macOS candidates are close to the last ones as well, though with at least a month left to go, Yeah, software is weird this year, as I say. Much noise was made Wednesday about the fact that Apple did not raise the price of iPhone this year versus last. Hey, what's that asterisk? A piece from CNBC says Apple did raise the price of iPhone this year versus last. A lot of us simply didn't notice because the price did not go up in the U.S. nor China. But the financial site points out the Cupertino company did raise the price in key markets, including the UK, Japan, and Germany. According to the piece, prices in the UK for iPhone 14 went up the equivalent of $80 US. They went up $33 US in Australia, $100 in Germany, and up $146 US in Japan. Move to the Pro phones, and the increases get steeper, according to the report. Counterpoint research analyst Neil Shaw says the prices probably went up where they did because of increases in production cost with a side of currency adjustment. The key takeaway, says Shaw, is the euro and yen have depreciated quite a bit, translating to slightly higher prices. As for why prices did not go up in China, well, it's China. IDC analyst Brian Ma tells CNBC, "I won't be surprised if part of the rationale to keep prices flat there is to sustain demand in such a difficult environment and in such a strategically important market for Apple at that. Keeping prices flat helps Apple to retain its user base and fortify its position in China." I said yesterday we would do Wall Street reaction to Apple's far-out announcements. While Apple 3.0 had parts of notes from the usual suspects, nothing Apple said seems to have moved any needles. That is to say, nobody adjusted their price targets or ratings as a result of news that was largely expected. What a couple of analysts are really into is the moves being made to make people buy or upgrade. Analysts like Piper Sandler's Harsh Kumar, who said, on each of the 4 models of iPhone, consumers can get significant discounts with suitable trade-ins. He likes the fact that the price was unchanged, here in the States and China anyway. Mr. Kumar has an overweight rating on Apple shares and a price target of $195. Singing a similar tune was Jefferies analyst Kyle McNeely. While he liked the hardware announcements, specifically, he said, we like the carrier promotions in the U.S. that were announced in conjunction with the product launch. Similar to a CNET assertion earlier this week, McNeely is turned on by iPhone's 5G potential. While 5G devices have been shipping for 2 years now, the analyst says he and his think Apple is still in the very early stages of the 5G cycle. Jefferies has a buy rating on Apple shares and a price target of $200. Somebody on Twitter Wednesday said Apple's emphasis on emergencies and health issues look like the company selling fear and doubt. Evercore analyst Amit Daryanani sees it more as selling healthy and safe. He's got an outperform rating on Apple shares and a price target of $185. And Wedbush analyst Daniel Ives said lots of stuff he's said before. Quoting his note, launching 3 new core hardware products within the Apple ecosystem despite the biggest supply chain crisis seen in modern history is a major feat for Cook & Company, especially with the zero COVID shutdowns in China seen in April and May. He was also surprised by Apple sticking with the same prices for iPhones this year versus last, a surprise people in Australia, the UK, Germany, and Japan would likely have welcomed. Mr. Ives has an outperform rating on Apple shares and a price target of $220. Perhaps the funniest reaction to Apple's announcements came not from an analyst, but from a tech novice. A tech novice with a very recognizable name. Mac Rumors says Eve Jobs, daughter of Steve Jobs, poked fun at the sameness of this year's iPhones versus last year's. She posted an apparently popular picture to her Instagram account. The picture is of a man being gifted a shirt that's identical to the shirt that he's wearing in the picture. She captioned her picture with, me upgrading from iPhone 13 to iPhone 14 after Apple's announcement today. Don't bother looking for it on Instagram. Ms. Jobs has since deleted that post. With new watches already up for order and new iPhones about to go up, you'd expect Apple's website to be awash in new product. It was on Wednesday, and it may be again now. However, at least a good bit of Thursday had Apple's homepage marking the passing of the UK's Queen Elizabeth II. The mostly black page featured a black and white photo of the monarch from decades ago with the words, "In Memoriam, Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, 1926 through 2022. Offering a few more words was Apple's CEO. Midday Thursday, Tim Cook posted the same picture Apple used to a Twitter post in his account, along with the words, "There is nothing more noble than to devote your life to the service of others. We stand with the people of the UK and Commonwealth in honoring the life and dedication to duty of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. May she rest in peace." More news in a moment, but first a word from Notion, one workspace for your whole team and sponsor of today's show. Do you live to work? Do you work to live? Would you like a tool to help manage both? Yeah, Notion can be that for you. Notion is an all-in-one team collaboration tool that combines note-taking, document sharing, wikis, project management, and more into one space that is simple, powerful, and beautifully designed. Set up a space, share it with participants, then rather than sifting through emails or scrolling through messages, everybody can see what stage a project is in and add their 2 cents in one place. Sounds great for work, but what's really great is how Notion seamlessly goes from a workplace power tool to a great companion for life outside the office. Notion's customizable workspace can be tailored to help you reach any workplace objectives as well as personal goals. But find out for yourself. You can get started for free at Notion.com. That's Notion.com to start today for free. Notion. That's Notion.com to take the first step toward organized, productive work and life today. A few more things missed midweek. As it tends to do with new iPhones, Apple rolled out new iPhone cases on Wednesday. Apple Insider says the company hit with a new line of silicone cases in chalk pink, elderberry, lilac, midnight, red, storm blue, succulent, and sunglow. New leather case colors include forest green, ink, midnight, orange, and umber. And there's a new clear case that comes in clear. All the new cases are MagSafe compatible. Silicone and clear go for $49. Apple's leather cases go for $59. One of the cool things about the Apple Watch Nike edition is the range of faces made specifically for that watch. Either Apple or Nike is done with that, it seems. A piece from 9 to 5 Mac says starting with watchOS 9, Apple will make those faces available to all Apple Watch owners for free. According to the report, any watch that can upgrade to the new operating system will have access to the analog, bounce, compact, digital, and hybrid Nike faces. That is any of the wearables from Apple Watch Series 4 through the 3 watches announced this week. Apple Watch Series 3 was not the only model to get the axe this week. Some had said that whatever sport watch Apple introduced would replace Apple Watch Edition. Now a piece from Mac Rumors says that appears to be the case. While Apple Watch Ultra made a splashy entrance, Apple seems to have quietly killed the high-end Apple Watch Edition line. Don't worry, you'll always have Hermes. Until you don't. It wasn't just watches to which Apple laid waste Wednesday, but also a watch accessory. A separate piece from Mac Rumors says the Cupertino company discontinued its Apple Watch magnetic charging dock. Released along with the first Apple Watch way back in 2015, the device now sleeps with the fishes. For customers looking for a similar experience, Mac Rumors reminds readers that Apple offers the MagSafe Duo charger, which can charge both an Apple Watch and an iPhone with MagSafe at the same time. If you're wondering whether AppleCare Plus is worth it for Apple Watch Ultra, my personal feeling is probably. A piece from Mac Rumors lays out what it'll cost to get the thing fixed without Apple's coverage. Apple Watch Ultra repairs cost $499 without AppleCare Plus, according to the site. That includes fixing damage to the titanium case, display, buttons, sensors, or other components. Not the battery, though. Replacing the battery costs $99 with or without AppleCare Plus. Incidentally, $99 is what AppleCare Plus for the Ultra costs, unless you go monthly. Monthly will run buyers $4.99. That knocks the price of repair down to $79 for unlimited incidents of accidental damage protection. Wait a second. Did he say unlimited? I pretend to hear you say. First of all, I'm right here. You could pretend to ask me. And second, yes. If that seems unfair, it's not, since all of a sudden, unlimited is an AppleCare Plus thing across the board. Another piece from Mac Rumors says Apple on Wednesday updated AppleCare Plus, introducing support for unlimited repairs, up from 2 repairs per year. To be clear, theft and loss have not gone unlimited. Plans covering those are still limited to 2 incidents per year. Otherwise, the piece says unlimited repairs are also available for the Apple Watch, iPad, and Mac, with the feature applicable to every AppleCare Plus plan. And finally today, as if spending Wednesday launching new phones, new watches, and a new pair of AirPods Pro wasn't enough, Apple CEO Tim Cook made an appearance Wednesday night. He joined former Apple design chief Johnny Ive and Steve Jobs' widow, Laureen Powell Jobs, to talk about Apple's co-founder and former CEO at this week's Code Conference 2022. A piece from Cult of Mac says it was there that the three announced the Steve Jobs Archive. The Cult says the archive includes statements from Jobs in written and recorded forms. The piece says those come from interviews, events, and even Jobs' emails to himself. They tend to reflect something Powell Jobs said regarding Jobs' appreciation for others' accomplishments and sense of the future's possibilities. According to that quote, Powell Jobs said the archive is rooted in Steve's long-held notion that once you understand that outside of the natural world, everything in the built environment and all the systems that govern our life on the planet were built and designed by other humans. Once you have that insight, you understand that you, as a human, can change it, can prod it, can perhaps interrogate it and stretch it. In that way, human progress happens. While there is little to the archive now, plans do seem ambitious. The archive's About section says, with respect for the past and excitement for the future, the Steve Jobs Archive offers people the tools and opportunities to make their own contribution. We are building programs, fellowships, collections, and partnerships that reflect Steve's values and carry his sense of possibility forward. You can see what's there now at stevejobsarchive.com. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Ladder, smart, dynamic term life insurance. Learn more at ladderlife.com/macOS Ken. This show is also sponsored by Notion, one workspace for your whole team. Learn more and get started for free at Notion.com. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.